Good evening and welcome to Sunset News. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. In the news tonight, Windhoek has spent more than 157 million electrifying over 8,000 homes in informal settlements since 2018, transforming some of the city's most neglected communities. Speaking during the 7th Ordinary Council meeting last week, Windhoek Mayor Zacharias Unona said the informal settlement electrification program launched in 2018 has transformed thousands of lives through a partnership between the city and the government. He said the program represents a cumulative investment of about 157.5 million, funded mainly through government grants, giving thousands of residents access to safe, reliable and affordable electricity. The program is set to continue with a new phase already underway to connect another 1,300 households. Unona said the city appointed 12 electrical contractors in April to carry out 12 projects in Okuljangava, Horiahab, Ochomwise, Mixed Settlement and Morning Star at a cost of about 35 million. The National Arts Council has approved funding for 25 beneficiaries under the NACN Grant and Mobility Cycle of 2026-2027 with a total allocation of over 1 million. Speaking at the announcement briefing, the Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports and Culture, Sanet Steenkamp, encouraged grant recipients to make responsible use of the resources to deliver projects that strengthen Namibia's creative ecosystem. The regional distribution shows that the Commerce, Omsati, Kavango East and Oshikoto regions received the highest level of support through grants and bursaries. Let's take a look.
It is therefore encouraging to witness the continued growth of the National Arts Fund as an instrument that enables artists to develop their craft, to access new markets and break through barriers and boundaries and collaborate across borders and showcase Namibia's creative excellence both regionally and internationally. For you to make impact on a regional and international level, you also need the acknowledgement back home, because charity starts at home. But today's announcement of these grants, that shows our appreciation. It shows that we want to believe in, and we do believe in our artists. Following a transparent, a fair, but also a competitive assessment process conducted in accordance with the National Arts Fund Act No. 1 of 2005, the National Arts Council has approved funding for 25 beneficiaries under Cycle 2. That is with a total allocation of $1,122,026.59.
Leonard Weil, Chief Executive Officer Vili Swart, is allegedly absent from his duty station from much of the working week, leaving councillors and residents struggling to reach the official responsible for the village administration. An official alleged that Swart was allocated a council residence after taking office in November 2025, but rarely occupies it. Before becoming Leonard Weil CEO, he served as Corporate Affairs and Human Resource Manager at the Rehoboth Town Council from December 2015 to March 2018. Council officials also allege that Swart does not account to councillors for his whereabouts and frequently fails to answer telephone calls. According to council insiders, the matter was reported to the Deputy Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Evelyn Navasestayele. She allegedly tried to contact Swart after residents raised their concerns with her, but was unable to reach him. Cabinet has approved the appointment of 58-year-old agricultural specialist Vehaka Chimune as substantive Chief Executive Officer of the Livestock and Livestock Products Board of Namibia. The decision follows a recommendation by the outgoing LLPB board that Agriculture Minister Inge Zamwani appoint Chimune to lead the public enterprise. Zamwani submitted the recommendation to Cabinet, where it was approved. The appointment raises questions about whether a standard 5-year contract could keep Chimune in office beyond the commonly applied retirement age of 60. Documents seen by NMH and submitted to Zamwani as part of the recommendation show that Chimune turned 58 last month. Chimune has more than 3 decades of experience in agriculture, livestock, and rural development. We are going to take a quick trip to the marketplace. Please don't go away. We'll be back with community stories.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you are watching Sunset News. The acting Deputy Director of the Family Health Division, Marjorie van Wyk, on Monday encouraged mothers to breastfeed beyond 6 months and ideally until their babies turn 2. She was speaking at the Breastfeeding Awareness Week at the Windhoek Central Hospital Maternity Ward. The week is observed from August 1st to the 7th to raise awareness about the health and developmental benefits of breastfeeding. Let's take a look.
Although all babies are breastfed at birth, only a quarter of them are still breastfeeding at the age of 2 years. Ne? Only a quarter. So we want 100% of them to breastfeed at the age of 2 years, and then also, of course, beyond the age of 2 years. So now this year's theme is telling us or showing us that we need to do continuous awareness, but the support systems are very important. So again, antenatal care. So during pregnancy, all mothers must attend antenatal care. Then their health will be determined and encouraged. They will be taught about breastfeeding or counseled about breastfeeding or given health education about breastfeeding. But that is not enough. It's only once the baby is there that we can actually show the mother how to breastfeed. So that's why antenatal care, the maternity ward. So all maternity wards in Namibia must be baby-friendly, a baby-friendly facility. And not only the maternity ward, the whole hospital, okay? All the clinics and all the health facilities. So we...
Nicodemus Kachihoro, who has never had formal identification, said he is struggling to find proper employment. The 51-year-old said the lack of proper identification has made it difficult for him to secure employment, especially temporary contract jobs in sectors such as construction and farming. Speaking during an interview in Duplessis Plus in the Omaheke region, Kachihoro said he has spent his entire life without an ID and has been relying on a photo card he obtained about 5 years ago as his only form of identification. He said he registered for an identity document during the 2019 presidential elections but has not yet received the document. He said the situation has affected his ability to access work opportunities as many employers require official identification before hiring workers, particularly for contract-based jobs where documentation is needed. We are going to take another quick trip to the marketplace and we will be back bringing you economic news. Please stay with us.
From the heart of the continent to its farthest horizons, Africa awakens with stories that shape our world. This is Africa Good Morning, your window into the pulse of a dynamic continent. I'm Ashwin Berry, here to deliver the latest news, sharp insights, and the vibrant spirit of Africa. Every weekday, we dive into the headlines, uncover untold stories, and spotlight the people driving change. Plus, stay ahead with daily weather forecasts and economic updates to navigate your week with confidence. With direct coverage from our correspondents on the ground, we bring you in-depth access to Africa's beating heart. Mondays, Mike Situla reports from Zambia.
Africa Good Morning.
Tuesdays, Talent Gore covers Zimbabwe. Wednesdays, Rorisang Mohojwe brings Botswana's news. Dumela, Rorisang.
Thank you very much, Ashwin, for having me right here on Africa Good Morning. It is always a pleasure to be here with you all.
Thursdays, Ari Hogarth tackles South Africa.
Yes, very good morning, Ashwin and Aina. Yes, a good atmosphere.
And Fridays, we focus on Namibia's bold narratives. From thriving cities to rugged plains, our team is there, capturing the rhythm of a continent on the rise. Africa Good Morning is your essential start. News, weather, economics, and more.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Welcome back. The fuel prices in Namibia will increase by $2 per litre from midnight tonight. The Minister of Industries, Mines and Energy, Modestus Amte, announced the increase last Friday while giving the public and stakeholders assurance that Namibia has sufficient fuel stocks and faces no immediate risk of shortages. Amte said the increase was driven by developments in the international oil market, rising petroleum product prices, exchange rate movements, and higher freight and demurrage costs. The exchange rate also weakened slightly, with the cost of $1 increasing from around 16.39 Namibian dollars in June to 16.43 in July. As of 27 July 2026, the ministry calculated a provisional over-recovery of just under 3 cents per litre on petrol. By comparison, diesel 50 ppm recorded an under-recovery of around 18 cents per litre, while diesel 10 ppm showed an under-recovery of just over 14 cents per litre. Now let's take a look at our economic indicators. The British pound is trading at 22.29 Namibian dollars, and the €1 is trading at 19.07 Namibian dollars. $1 is currently trading at 16.54 Namibian dollars, and the Chinese yuan is at 2.45 Namibian dollars. For our commodities, gold is currently trading at 4,035 per ounce. It took a dip of 0.96%. Copper took a dip of 0.88%, now trading at 6.42 per pound. Platinum took a downturn of 2.50%, now trading at $1,613.73 per ounce, and the crude oil also took a downturn of 0.50%, trading at 87.31 per barrel. We are going to take another short commercial break, and we will be back with international news. Please stay tuned.
Mornings just got better, Namibia. From the latest headlines to the hottest trends, we're bringing you the conversations that matter.
That's right. Bright minds, bold opinions, and a touch of morning magic. This is your daily dose of energy.
So grab a cup and join in on the conversation every weekday morning at 8 o'clock with Smell the Coffee, hosted by Diana Master and Aina Riza Quayo.
Welcome back. You are watching Sunset News. In our international news, Uganda has unveiled a statue of Jonathan Netanyahu, the older brother of Israel's prime minister, who was killed during the Entebbe hostage rescue mission 50 years ago. Uganda's Army Chief Gen Muhoozi Kainerugaba said the monument honored his courage and selfless service. Netanyahu was the only Israeli soldier killed in the raid, which rescued more than 100 hostages after 2 Palestinians and 2 Germans hijacked an Air France flight that had taken off from Tel Aviv and diverted it to Uganda's international airport. Kainerugaba described the mission as one of the most significant episodes in modern history and spoke of the now close ties between the two countries as a remarkable journey. The statue of Netanyahu, striding forward with a machine gun in his hands, stands outside the old airport terminal where the rescue happened. During the operation, 3 hostages, Jean Jacques, Miomuni, Pasco Cohen, and Ida Brochovit also died, and Dora Bloch was later murdered in the capital Kampala while being treated there. Let's take a quick break and we will bring you the weather forecast. Welcome back. Let's look at how the weather looks tomorrow. Katima Mulilo will be having a minimum of 9 degrees Celsius with a 28 degrees Celsius for maximum. Windhoek will also be experiencing sunny with a 9 degrees Celsius for minimum and 24 degrees Celsius maximum. The hottest will be Rakana, which is having 12 degrees Celsius for minimum and 31 degrees Celsius for maximum. A look further beyond at Henties Bay, they will have 14 degrees minimum and 24 degrees maximum. Luderitz will be experiencing 15 degrees minimum and 27 degrees maximum. Oranjemund will have sunny and cloudy with 12 degrees minimum and 32 degrees maximum. We are now going to hand over for sports news with Arihoha.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Time for international sports news, and starting off with Commonwealth Games 2026 that finished in Glasgow over the weekend, and the medal standings after completion of the games was that Australia won the most medals in the event, in the games, and they won 153 medals, 62 gold, 40 silver and 51 bronze. Second on the medal standing was England with 101, that was total medals, and 26 gold, and Canada 59 medals with 18 being gold. South Africa was 28th on the medal list. They've got 7 gold, 11 silver and 10 bronze. And also Namibia, they got 3 medals in the event, in the games. They've got 1 silver and 2 bronze. Some of the results of the last day of action was New Zealand that won the netball final, and they beat Jamaica by 56 goals to 48 to take gold, with Australia taking silver, beating England 68-50. In athletics, it was Josh Kerr of Scotland that won the 1 mile for men, and it was Zoe Hobbs that won the 100 meters for women. She's from New Zealand. With Sam Tolshart, he won gold in the bowls, that is the men's singles bowls, and that is all happened in the Commonwealth Games 2026 in Glasgow. Moving on to soccer news, and it's the Women's Africa Cup of Nations taking place in Morocco. And South Africa, Banyana, they drew 2-2 against the Ivory Coast, and it was Burkina Faso that beat Tanzania by 2 goals to 1. And the last group games will be played on Tuesday. South Africa play against Burkina Faso, and the Ivory Coast play against Tanzania. South Africa need to win that game to have any chance of going through to the playoffs. Closing off today's international sports news with golf news, it was the 50th British Open for women that was played at Lytham and St Anne's, and the winner was Shihu Guwati. She is from Japan, and she won in a playoff against Germany's Esther Hemseleit, and it was 2 playoff holes needed after both players finished on 5 under par, with Guwati winning her first major. In men's golf, it was on the PGA Tour. It was the Rocket Classic that was played in Detroit. It was Michael Thorbjornsen that won that tournament. He was 18 under par after closing with the 7 under par final round. In second position, Xander Schauffele on 16 under par. The best placed South African player was Christian Besaidnout. He was tied for 45th. That was 5 under par. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sports day. We'll talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
That was your sports news, and with that we have come to the end of this broadcast. Do not forget to follow Sunset News on all our social media platforms, as well as catch us live on TV from 7:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. on DSTV channel 285, as well as GoTV channel 25. This is Sunset News. Don't forget to end your day with us. From me, Tuemo Haufiku, and the rest of the news crew, it's goodbye.